Aren't you satisfied with Thor's appearance in God of War Ragnarok, and such an approach from Santa Monica makes you angry? You probably don't know anything about Norse mythology. After the release of images of the various characters in the game God of War Ragnarok, some fans expressed their dissatisfaction with the appearance of Thor's character, so that almost all audiences remembered his form and icon in Marvel movies when it comes to this Scandinavian god. While Thor is described in Norse mythology in a different way. We've all seen Marvel movies, or at least were influenced by the design of its characters. Chris Hemsworth plays Thor, and it can be concluded in some way that Thor in Scandinavian legends should also be a tall, blonde, muscular person, isn't it? Unfortunately, your answer is no. Thor in God of War Ragnarok is the most similar to Norse legends, and that shouldn't come as a surprise because Thor is influenced by sci-fi elements in Marvel movies, and his character's pay is different from what happens in Norse mythology. Thor has access to spaceships and various weapons in Marvel movies, while not in reality. If you examine the main sources of Scandinavian mythology, the poems and texts of Edda, you will find that Thor is not the same hero you've seen in Marvel movies. In the previous episode, God of War 2018, Thor is referred to as the main culprit in the Giants' genocide, and getting drunk is one of his habits. According to Scandinavian legends, Thor weighs a lot and can drink half the ocean water alone. In one of the familiar name stories called Thrimskvatha, Thor's famous hammer, Mjolnir, is stolen by a giant named Thrym. Thrym will only be satisfied with the delivery of Mjolnir in exchange for marrying Freya. Unwilling to accept this requirement, Thor disguises himself as Freya and holds a celebration at her residence. He eats a true cow during the festivities and empties half a barrel of wine alone. That's where Thrym doubts Thor's behavior, but it's too late, because Thor kills all the giants in that ceremony as soon as he gets to the Mjolnir. In the first game, Thor's moral qualities are mentioned. Mimir many times calls Thor with words like, the treacherous shorty, or, the greatest killer not the realm. It seems that Mimir is not happy with Thor. By the way, in the first game Thor is described many times in this way. If you were expecting a look like Chris Hemsworth, you probably wouldn't have paid attention to the dialogues. If you would like to explore this, there is no need to study Norse's 13th century literature. You can easily find out by downloading Norse mythology, Neil Gaiman, and reading it. That Thor, more than anything, has been known as an celebration. Finally, Sony and the Santa Monica studios should be praised for giving the audience the correctness of the character design. A fat person may not be as popular for many gamers as a main character, but according to Scandinavian legends the closest to Thor is real.